Top 10 countries in terms of weapons. Of all the political questions we could discuss, one of the most interesting, at least to us geeks, has to do with how powerful different countries are in terms of their military might. We don't just mean their standing army, but rather the weapons and technology they're willing to employ. So what countries have the biggest weapons? Here's our top 10 list of the world's most powerful countries based on their armaments and military capabilities. 1. The United States. The United States has the world's most powerful military, with more than 1.3 million soldiers, over 13,000 aircraft, and nearly 800 ships. The US spends more on defense than any other country, with a budget of over $700 billion. America's nuclear arsenal is also the largest in the world, with over 6,000 warheads. 2. Russia. Russia has the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world, with an estimated 8,500 warheads. Russia is also one of the world's leading producers of conventional weapons, including small arms, tanks, and fighter jets. The Russian military is considered to be one of the most powerful in the world, with over 1 million personnel and 2,500 tanks. It ranks third in the world for its number of warships and second for number of aircraft carriers. Russia is currently undergoing a large-scale modernization program that will see 70% of its armaments updated by 2020. However, it still relies heavily on older Soviet-era technology like MiG-29 fighters. It ranks fifth in terms of GDP, but third when it comes to military spending at $69 billion per year. 3. China. As the world's most populous country, it's no surprise that China is also one of the most powerful when it comes to weapons. The country has a large standing army and is believed to have nuclear weapons. Additionally, China has been investing heavily in its military in recent years, so its capabilities are only likely to grow. It currently ranks number 2 behind the United States in terms of defense spending. In 2016, China spent an estimated $216 billion on defense, about 12% of its GDP. 4. India. India has the world's second largest population, with over 1.3 billion people. It is also the world's largest democracy and a nuclear power. India has one of the fastest growing economies in the world, with an annual growth rate of 7.5% in 2016. India is also home to some of the world's most powerful weapons, including nuclear weapons and intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs. In fact, according to some reports, India now has more nuclear warheads than any other country besides Russia and the United States. For this reason, many experts believe that if it were to ever come into conflict with Pakistan or China, both regional rivals. 5. France. France is a nuclear-armed country and a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. It is also a leading arms exporter, supplying weapons to countries all over the world. France has a strong military presence in Africa and the Middle East, and its troops are highly trained and well-equipped. France's navy is also very powerful, as it owns 10 aircraft carriers, 6 of which are currently operational. French soldiers are among the best trained in the world and have taken part in various conflicts around the globe, including Afghanistan and Mali. French troops have been deployed to Central African Republic with a peacekeeping mission since September 2014. 6. Israel. Israel is a small country with a population of just over 8 million people, but it packs a big punch when it comes to military power. The Israeli Defense Forces are among the most highly trained and well-equipped in the world and are constantly on high alert due to the many threats the country faces. Israel is believed to have nuclear weapons, although it has never confirmed or denied this. In 1991, Mordechai Vanunu, a former technician at the Negev Nuclear Research Center, revealed details about Israel's nuclear program. In 2004, he was convicted of treason and espionage by an Israeli court and sentenced to 18 years in prison. Although defense spending constitutes less than 2% of GDP, 1 of every 4 working Israelis is employed by the defense industry, and there are hundreds of local companies involved in research, and development for weaponry production. 7. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, the most powerful countries in terms of weapons. The UK has a long history of military power and is one of the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. The UK has the largest military budget in the world, and its nuclear arsenal is second to none. Russia has the largest land army in the world and is also a nuclear power. It also possesses an enormous amount of other weaponry, including tanks, warships, aircraft carriers, etc. 8. Germany. Germany is home to some of the world's most cutting-edge weapon systems. The country has a long history of military innovation, dating back to the Prussian military machine of the 18th and 19th centuries. Today, Germany is one of the leading producers of weapons and military technology in the world. German weapons are used by militaries all over the globe, and the country is a major exporter of arms. Nearly half of German arms exports went to Saudi Arabia in 2017, worth $1.4 billion according to SIPRI data on international transfers of major conventional weapons. Saudi Arabia had been its biggest customer for years before. That deal was made with Qatar, worth $7 billion, which was later voided after tensions between Qatar and other Gulf states erupted into diplomatic crisis this year. 9. Japan. Japan is a renowned manufacturing powerhouse, and that same technology and precision goes into its weaponry. The country has a strong military alliance with the United States, which gives it access to some of the best weapons technology in the world. Japan is also one of the largest investors in research and development for new weapon systems. Its ground forces are highly mechanized, and its navy is one of the most technologically advanced in the world. In addition, Japan has invested heavily in researching ballistic missile defense shields. Finally, the Japanese self-defense forces have specialized units to deal with hostage situations involving terrorist groups or cyber-terrorism incidents. 7. Israel. 7 bits. Israel not only builds top-of-the-line weaponry, but deploys them, as well both domestically and abroad on behalf of other nations. 10. Korea. As a result of the Korean War, North and South Korea have been in a technical state of war for over 60 years. The Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, is one of the most heavily fortified borders in the world. Consequently, both North and South Korea maintain large standing armies, 1.19 million soldiers in the south and 1.02 million in the north. Combined, they make up for about 5% of the world's total military personnel. In terms of their actual weapons capabilities, the two Koreas are strikingly asymmetrical. While North Korea has chemical weapons and access to ballistic missiles, South Korea has nuclear weapons. China. When it comes to the number of active troops, China ranks second only to India with 2.3 million soldiers. Furthermore, China boasts an air force that ranks third in size behind only America, and Russia with second aircraft carriers following behind India as well.